Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Julian Scott on Comics. We are in the YPL story room. Just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a, that's part of it. Give you the old blur tour there. Okay, so we read East of West from last time. Julie has a surprise for us for our next episode.
Yes.
Okay, so first things first, did you see Doctor Strange?
I did. Yes, saw it last week.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah?
I liked it. I'd say that.
Okay, so I was talking with somebody about how Marvel makes movies about characters that I don't really care about, like Doctor Strange and Ant-Man, and I really like the movies.
Oh, okay.
And DC makes movies about characters that I've loved for decades, like Superman and Batman. I don't really like the movies.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the Wonder Woman movie because I really want to like that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Gal Gadot was born to play Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think DC could really take a step towards kind of owning the feminine superhero thing, because Marvel hasn't done it very well. You know, Marvel's tried, but they've kind of the Scarlet Witch. I mean, the Black Widow had a lot of reaction shots in the movies. She didn't do a ton. She didn't get to do as much as the boys, and they took some criticism for that, and that was kind of a shame, because there's so many more girl superhero fans now than there used to be,
Yes.
and I think they're really kind of missing an opportunity.
Yeah, there's so much want for that too, especially for Black Widow.
Tons of it. Yes, agreed completely. You said there's so much.
Just like desire for like
Yeah,
her
that's
own, like,
okay.
solo.
I wanted to make sure I didn't just agree to something. There's so much want for it, is what you said.
Yes,
Oh, I forgot
yes.
to start our timer.
Oh, this one on the video.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, wow. That's pretty smart. Okay, so we read East of West
Yes.
for this time. I think our loyal viewers would probably be amazed that we've done all of these in one shot, don't you think?
I have to
Because
say
they're
so.
so false and professional.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you think of East of West?
I thought that it was very interesting.
It was very interesting, wasn't it?
Interesting. Yeah. Are we doing spoiler alerts in these videos? Are we talking about like plot
We
twists?
really haven't. We've kind of avoided that in the past, but with this one, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to talk about anything. I guess even if we say every last thing that happened in this one, there's still 2 more.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can't really spoil the whole story, but
Fair point.
it's about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, right?
Indeed.
And 3 of them somehow come to life at the beginning, but the 4th guy doesn't, and yet he still has a backstory.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
That was so.
They're like reborn or something as kids, and
Yeah.
they're really, I guess that's why we're in the YPL story room, is because the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse are little kids. That's not it. In any event, they're awful. They're really not good kids at all. They do a lot of really unpleasant things.
Yeah.
And then they're really mad at the 4th horseman, Death, who's not hanging out with them anymore because of his backstory, and he fell in love with the lady,
Yeah.
and he's going to rescue her with these 2 Native American witches that just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. I thought it was he was involved with the 3 horsemen, and then that was kind of like 2 of them, and he was a 3rd guy.
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought
that
at first.
confused me. Like, it was very convoluted. I
Yes,
felt.
that's one of the reasons why I kind of liked this comic book, was because it was confusing. You're reading it and you're not getting it, and then you read some more pages and you're like, okay, I don't get that either. And then it all kind of, towards the end of it, it kind of explains at least what happens in the beginning of this. But
Yeah.
the idea of when he had his backstory, he was all black and now he's all white. That they didn't say a word about that.
Oh,
You notice that?
caught my eye, but I couldn't figure out, like, I just liked the detail of it with the black and the white highlights, so that caught my eye, but I didn't really think about why.
Visually, it was interesting, but if they said a word about why, I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
And I actually went back and reread it, and I just kind of reviewed it last night, because it's
Yeah.
kind of dense with stuff. It's not like
It
just
is.
superheroes knocking each other around.
Yeah. A
Um,
lot of storyline.
yeah, pretty dense storyline. And the message, have you heard the message? I don't know what the message is. They talk about that in the comic book a couple of times. Have you heard the message? And the message is like, I don't know, once you've heard the message, then you're in the club at that
Yes.
point. I don't get it. So overall, I liked it, and I think I'm going to read the next 2. But it was odd
Yeah.
and adult,
Yeah.
because they don't just knock each other out. They do some horrible things to each
No.
other. I mean, it's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, so they get biblical on people's behinds.
Yeah, it makes sense, but yeah, like the first like 3/4 of it, it was so gory. In the last third, like his motives for finding like that one woman, I don't know if we're telling like their relationship, but it just felt weird. Like the first third was so gory and heavy and intense. And it's like, oh, I just want to go find this
Yes, and then it was
Some
off
sure.
to rescue his fair maiden.
Yeah, and I was like, it didn't feel like it fit.
How about when the guy's eyeball was like
Mm.
sentient and jumped out of his head and was crawling around his head?
Not gonna lie, I kind of sped read that one. I was like, no.
That was
can't.
pretty icky. I'm not a big fan of eyeballs anywhere except eye sockets.
I have to second that.
I like
yeah.
them in the eye socket a
Yeah.
lot. Okay, so for new business, we decided to talk about who would win in superhero fights. These are the kinds of questions that give nerd much pause. Okay, so who do you think would win in a fight between Catwoman and Black Widow?
I feel like Black Widow.
I do too. I was thinking Black Widow too.
Yeah.
My reasoning in that Catwoman's been on the streets all her life. In some of her backstory, Black Widow was taken as a kid and trained by government assassins to be an assassin.
Yeah.
So even though Catwoman's a more iconic character,
Mhm.
I think Black Widow probably would whoop her in a fight.
Yeah, all I know about Catwoman is just from the movie, that terrible movie that was made.
What
The
terrible?
one with like
movie?
Halle Berry in it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's
Okay,
the
yeah,
only
that one
thing
was,
I know about Catwoman
that
from
one
that
was
movie.
awful. Yeah, that one was. We must never speak of that one again. But the like the one with Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway did an okay job as Catwoman.
Oh, she was Catwoman.
Yeah.
I forgot about that because that was in the Batman, the third.
Yeah, the
Dark
Dark Knight
Knight.
Returns. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty movie. She was pretty good at it. She was
Yeah.
much more convincing as a burglar than as a fighter. But that's who
Yeah.
Catwoman was. Catwoman was not supposed to be a devastating fighter. That's why I give the nod to Black
Oh,
Widow.
that's true. Yeah.
Here's another one. How about Punisher versus Batman?
Okay, remind me of Punisher.
Oh, okay, so you know who Punisher is. Punisher is, he shoots people. His superpower is guns.
Okay, so kind of like Deadshot, but
Yes, except Deadshot's a bad guy. And actually, a lot of people don't know this. Punisher started out as a bad guy, but he got so popular they had to make him a good guy. Like Venom
no
and
way.
Wolverine was actually even originally a bad guy, I think. I don't know, that's
He's
debatable.
kind of like on the, not like Deadpool, but he's on the line.
Yeah,
you know?
Deadpool. In the comics, Deadpool's kind of awful. But
Yeah.
again, there's another example of Marvel. I don't really like the Deadpool comic books because Deadpool always making wisecracks in the comic books gets really old.
Yeah.
But I love that movie. I loved that movie. It was really an entertaining film, but I've never been a huge fan of the Deadpool comic book. The X-Men movies are another one that I have mixed feelings about. Even though it's a Marvel property, I love the X-Men. Probably my all-time favorite comic book overall.
Oh, okay.
Favorite group, maybe.
Mhm.
I'll say it's my favorite group comic book. But those movies have all disappointed me to one degree or another.
I
Not
really need to stop making
terribly.
them.
They keep making money. I went to go
Yeah.
see the last one with Ivan Ooze as the bad guy. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know
very
who that
good.
is.
He was playing Apocalypse, but he looked a lot like Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers.
Oh.
And it was the guy that played Poe Dameron in
Oh, I know that.
in
Star
the Star
Wars.
Wars movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under a ton of purple blue makeup.
Got that
And he
reference.
really hated everything and was going to destroy the world. And why was he hating him? Mommy didn't love me, Daddy didn't hug me. I don't know what his problem was. Okay, so Punisher is shoots people, and Batman is, Batman's a billionaire. I'd give the nod in that one to Batman, I think,
Yeah, you're gonna have to answer that one.
because Batman's not completely bulletproof. He's pretty much bulletproof, and that's really the Punisher only. Punisher's a pretty good fighter, but mostly he shoots people, and Batman's a really good hand-to-hand combatant.
Yeah.
Okay, how about? Do you know who Doomsday is?
No.
No.
Do you want me to ask you these questions? Because I'm looking at, I'm like, I don't know who the crap these people are.
Okay, so how about Shazam? You know who Shazam is? Not really. Okay.
No.
Do you know who Prince Namor is? No. Okay, he's the fish guy. How about Flash and Quicksilver? Quicksilver was in
Okay.
the X-Men movies.
Yes.
So if they had a race, Flash and Quicksilver had a race.
See, I know Flash, but then I got confused with Incredibles Flash. And then
Oh yeah. Okay. Dash is his
Dash.
name. Yeah.
Dang, okay.
Okay. Well, let's do Dash. Who do you think would win in a race between Dash and Flash?
I feel like Dash would because he's so like immature. He'd like go like a sneakers route. I don't know, and kind of get around it. Think of it like a
Oh,
child's
he'd
point of
cheat,
view.
you think?
Yeah, kind of cheat.
He
Like,
would do what he
look at
had
it from
to?
their point of view because he's shorter too. He's like
Yeah.
2 feet off the ground.
Less wind resistance.
Yes, but he's got a big head though. Literally.
I think
You're-
Flash would win, because Flash can run, Flash at different times in the comic books has run like faster than the speed of light, I think, and that's,
Oh.
yeah, it plays fast and loose with the laws of physics,
Yeah.
but, Dash was pretty cool. Dash could run across the water. That was cool.
Yeah. Who else has done that in comics? I'm sure many.
That's a good question, I don't know. Okay, so Namor versus Aquaman, for those of you who know.
Oh,
We don't
before
re-
I got 10:24. I just saw the time.
Oh, okay, so that's all for now.
Oh, next week.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do
time.
next week. Okay, so we'll go a little bit over our time.
Yes.
So next week, Julie has chosen Hawkeye, My Life as a Weapon by Fraction, Aja, and Pulido. It may be Aha, I don't know.